Hey man, it's Jochen Hyde, and I'm back with the Desert Wolf versus Wirraway Ace War in a Pacific campaign. This is scenario 1 with stacking limits, and today we'll take a look at the 2nd of December, 1942 combat replay and my analysis. Okay, welcome back. It's December 2nd, man. There's going to be a lot of action this turn. Hopefully, Desert Wolf can rescue that bad invasion of Nauru, but who knows? Wirraway's really been stepping it up lately. We'll see what he does. What was that? Something about something reported something? I must have missed it. Alright, here we go. We're offloading more troops at Nauru, which is important. We have 2 phases to do that now, so we should get more troops onto the island. Alright. Okay, no naval activity yet. Okay, some coast watchers. We got some daylight now. Nobody's saying that the Musashi is in Rabaul today. Let's see what we get. What are we gonna get? Nothing. No naval combat looks like. Going right into the air phase. Looks like we got some ships at Tagula now. Wow, he's got SBDs on ASW. Japanese subs, watch out, man. Better watch out. Jeez. A patrol gunboat? I don't think so. Listen to this. Spotted enemy carriers. Alright, this might be the last day that we get good eyes on the Kido Butai. It looks like they're in the Makassar Strait near Balikpapan. Okay, we're going into the sweeps. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of go through these quickly unless we see some activity with the sweeps. Otherwise, it's just kind of going to take forever. Nothing to even talk about unless they hit something. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! What is this? Oh no! Vowels? From where? Oh no! Oh no! Where do these guys come from? No! Where's the American carriers at? Where's the air cover? Oh, what in the... Oh no! I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Not the Trenton! No! Wirraway. Oh, jeez. Have these guys missed anything? Nope. Hey, look at the Steel Explorers getting some steel rain. This is bad. Where is the air cover? Don't hit this one too. Oh, jeez. These guys must have flown out of, I guess, what, Ferguson Island? Oh, dude, they're hitting everything. Oh, what a wipeout. Oh. These ships are loaded with troops. I mean, a lot of troops. These are Australian troops, right? Some of the best of the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships hit. The light cruiser Trenton, which is an Omaha class, 2 bomb hits and on fire. Guys, this is really bad. Now, this report is not actually telling you how the full extent of the losses. There's way more losses than this. Wow. I'm kind of speechless. I kind of figured the whole point of the American carriers being in the Coral Sea was to back up that invasion. So I don't know why there wasn't like long-range cap flying over that. No way, Nix? Oh no! Dang! No way! Well, I'll say this: these Knicks were not as effective as the Bowfighters, but they still put a 250 kilogram bomb into the Preston, and that's not great. Man, 100 bombers going after this Hex. He must be trying to bust through here again. Well, that's not very. It's not very good. Okay, more bombing raids here. You must be trying to get through. I don't know why he keeps trying to break through here. He's never going to break through here, ever. Oh, here come the Sonias. You know, well, you know how much I love these things. Useless. But wait, there's more. I'm surprised he even got one hit. Noticeably absent is a lot of American and British and Allied bombers. Here they're finally showing up. Oh, B-17 destroyed by flak. What are these guys going after? Huh. They hit this port, but there's nothing in the port. Why would you attack there? Okay, remember guys, remember what I said in the last video. Desert Wolf needs to throw everything he has at Nauru to try to save those troops. Everything. Surprisingly not great. That's not what I would expect for that many aircraft. He has to throw everything at this to try to disrupt these troops enough to get more of his troops into position on the beach. Starting to get some diminishing returns here. Oh, that was okay. Okay, some bombers coming up from Lido again. Wow. This was a devastatingly bad air phase for... Oh! Oh no. This was a bad air phase for Desert Wolf. Very bad. Hopefully this PM one goes a little better. Man, that I-175 is hit twice. All right, so the top secret sandpit PBY operation is spotting quite a bit of ships. You guys saw all those cancellations, right? That was all affecting the allied player. Weather is really not on Desert Wolf's side today. Alright, I'm just gonna try to get to these sweeps because they're just don't really do much. Let's hope those valves don't come back. Oh no! That came back. No! No, no, no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, these Australian troops never had a chance to get off the ship. Oh no. Jeez, nothing was spared here. What a wipeout. Oh man. I'm just speechless. I don't even know what happened there. What the heck? Desert Wolf, what did you do? Oh man, here come the next. They want some more blood. Hey, these sticks don't seem to be as good as the bowfighter pilots. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. I would have liked to have seen them. Wait, never mind. Pretend I didn't say anything. No, nothing. Sonias. And more Sonias. I wonder what Japanese aircraft designer said. You know what? I think this is a great design. We need a bomber that can carry 200 kilograms of bombs. Because that's going to be a very effective bomb load. Oh, we got the Vengeance ones coming in unescorted. Hitting old Chrome. And one SB3 destroyed by flak. Absolutely nothing to show for that. Jeez. These guys must have some insane fortification. So many aircraft for so little result. This has got to be the world's longest air phase ever, man. Like the whole thing, the AM and the PM. No, no more. They've had enough. Give them a break. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh no! Wait, hey, let's give one more just for fun on the way out. Golly. 30 casualties reported. On the Trenton? The bombing accuracy of those valves is legendary this turn. They almost didn't miss anything. This is a day that Desert Wolf will want to forget forever. What a disaster. I don't even know what happened there. We're going to go look at it. Trust me. We'll take a look at everything. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Southwest Pacific. That was... Oh, dang, MacArthur! Deck's awash. Did you see that? Oh. No. Off. Unload them while you can. Beats the ships, dudes. Beats the ships. Beach the ships while you can. Alright, some losses were taken on the unload. Surprised there's anything left to unload. Okay, so we're hitting both then. We're hitting Tagula and Russell this turn. I thought it would be 2 turns. He must have full speeded them up there or something. That's all I can think of, because they were definitely more than a turn out. All right, here we go. Okay, a bombardment attack north of Tien Shui. Bombardment attack at my favorite place, the Impassable Hex. Just not doing much there. Okay, so now we get a good look at what the Japanese have. And quite honestly, the Allies don't look like they're in a very good position right now. Yeah, these guys are not doing well. Oh, oh, okay. All right. Well, now we get a chance to see if all that bombing that happened this turn, or and over the last couple turns, has been effective or not. So we're gonna watch and see. You guys ready? I'm gonna fast forward this, and we're gonna see if the Allies can get anything done here. Oh, whoa. Okay. Wow. Um. Now I like this. Look at this. Okay, so what this is telling me then is that despite what it looks like, the Allied bombing efforts have been effective, because this is 5-to-1 casualty rate in favor of the Allies. You have to think that aerial bombardment, all those bombers coming in, has actually heavily disrupted these troops. Then, plus the Allies have more firepower and they have more troops, but these guys are sitting behind fortification and terrain. But this is now no longer sustainable for the Japanese, and the Allies can tank these losses. The only thing that looks a little surprising to me is the quantity of vehicles that are being lost. Like, I don't know what these Japanese have. It must be some of these artillery regiments or something. I don't know what it is in these units that is maybe a rapid fire gun battalion. Maybe this is an anti-tank unit. They're whipping up these Allied tanks, but still, we can tank those. And the Japanese may need to be uprooting here soon. Okay, that's what the Japanese have. It doesn't look like a whole lot. Quite a bit more Allied troops got on shore over here. Guys, this was a oof. This was rough, man. Rough for Desert Wolf. Wirraway had a great turn. A lot of troops were lost on those ships. Very costly. I don't think he needed a lot of troops to take what he's taking, but that diminishes his combat power going forward into further expansion. He's a lot of ships went down in off the coast there. Okay, we got a lot of ships getting refit here. Let's see if we get any kind of arrivals. The Snook at San Francisco. Cassiopeia. Say that 10 times. Cassiopeia. What a train wreck. Man. What happened here? What a disaster. Let's look at this. Oh, okay. Aircraft losses today. We're showing 7 for the Allies, 5 for the Japanese. 3 Dauntlesses, 2 Seagulls. The Japanese lost a couple Vals. Not bad considering what they got for it. Of these 7 aircraft, it looks like 3 pilots were KIA. Um, Allied Army lost points. 64, which is really bad. I'm Yeah, that's really bad. The Japanese lost 4 per my calculations. Ship sunk this last turn. So this one's a little interesting. We're showing 3 Allied ships sunk. I thought there was more, but I think there's going to be more next turn. But 3 confirmed for now. And you may recall from my previous videos, I've been talking about these rowboats out near Nauru for the last couple days. They've been getting beat the heck up. And according to the Navy now, they finally sank. So I don't know if the ops report says that yet. We'll check it when I go through it. But I kind of believe it with the amount of times I've seen these 2 subs attacked and allegedly hit. They probably did sink by now. I'm reasonably certain that that's accurate. For the turn, the Allies gained an additional 50 political points, so he's building up a nice little reserve to buy something here. The score total this turn, the Japanese gained 153 points. That's quite a substantial increase in points this turn. And that brings the win ratio back up instantly to 1.630. So Wirraway is clawing for every little bit and piece that he can to stay in this, and he's staying relevant. I'm pretty impressed. This whole attack on the with the vowels here near Tagula, we're gonna have to really dissect that and figure out how they got through. But man, what a stroke of genius. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and turn to our combat reporter and look at the combat report, the SIGINT, and the ops report, and see if we can figure out what was going on here. We'll be back with that in just a second. Okay, so we're back with combat reporter. Let's summarize what happened here. Okay, so no sea combat, but we do have some ground combat. We'll start with Tagula Island. We did get some troops ashore here, shockingly, right? And it was just a bombardment. Since these are not atolls or small islands, there's no shock attack initially set up. So there's time for the Allies to unload troops here. They don't have to go into combat right away. It's the same for Rosso Island. There's no need for a shock attack here. So we have time to get troops ashore. Obviously here, for whatever reason, there's more troops on Rosso than on Tagula, apparently. I think, right? Kind of looks like it, yeah. So we're going to need to get more troops ashore here to take it, but we have time. Okay, we had some bombardments in China, but we also had a very effective ground attack in Burma this time where the Allies put the hurting on the Japanese, almost a 5-to-1 casualty rate. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to be seeing here to win the day. So we'll talk more about that when we do our round robin. Amphibious stuff, we had obviously the invasions of Tagula, Rosso, and Nauru. A little more troops coming ashore there, but not much. In the air, we need to talk about this. The the shellacking that the Allied troop ships took. Somehow, some way, the Japanese flew in. You can look at it from either map here. I'm assuming they came from Ferguson. 21 Vals got in completely unopposed and laid waste to the troop ships that are unloading at Tagula. And I know that there's a carrier nearby, but they did not intervene. And this happened twice. Okay. Now, at Rosso Island, the same aircraft, and this time with an escort, came in and did even more damage here. And this is even more concerning because this is where Douglas MacArthur, I believe, is at. Let's confirm this. Yes, Southwest Pacific Headquarters. Desert Wolf almost killed General MacArthur this turn by lack of air cover. It's super bad here. So a lot of troops were lost just on the ships. Now, a lot were rescued because Desert Wolf brought plenty of lift capacity on the ships. He brought more ships than he needed and dispersed the troops on these ships so that none of them were overloaded. So in case any ships get sunk, some of the other ships are able to fish out the troops out of the water, and you can see that sometimes. But still, a lot of troops were lost. We got to see some nicks on low-level attacks this turn. They managed to get a bomb into the Preston, but that was about it. These were not quite as effective as the Bowfighters were coming out of Horn Island to lay a few turns ago, but they still get something done. We saw a lot of bombing on Nauru, of course, and a lot of stuff in China. Of course, Prome, the aircraft there attacked and caused some moderate damage, and apparently it was enough to disrupt the Japanese pretty substantially because the casualties they took on the ground this turn kind of reflect that they must have been very disrupted. So I guess the air bombardment of the Japanese to southwest or southeast of Prome is a little bit more effective than I thought it was. Looking at radio transmissions, we see radio transmissions near Babel, which is kind of over here. Don't really know what that is moving, but there's something moving around over there. And nothing else really super important out of that. Located. Let's see what's important here. Oh, look at this. The Tonei Heavy Gun Regiment is located here in China. And that's near Changsha. Let's look at that on the map. So you know about here, there's a heavy gun regiment on the road. My guess is that it's moving actually to this hex to try to get more bombardment power onto these Chinese troops here. Because I think Desert Wolf's trying... No, I'm right. Wirraway is trying to break through up here and down here to try to get something in and kind of dislodge this front. And he's trying to wear down this unit, but he needs bigger guns to do it. So I think that gun regiment we see there, the Tonei heavy guns, are moving up this way to take part in the action over here. Let's see. 19th Division is planning for an attack on Chongqing. Okay, I have no idea where the 19th division is for the Japanese, but they're trying to get to Chongqing. So that's great. Let's talk about the ops report now, and I've already gone through it. I'll point out the notable things here. Arrivals. The Cassiopeia arrives at Alameda. Now, there's nothing particularly noteworthy about this ship, the Cassiopeia. I just think it's a really cool name. I believe that's a constellation, right? What was it at? San Francisco, wasn't it? Alameda. There it is. So, the only thing that's noteworthy about this ship here is that it has a really long range. And it carries a pretty decent armament, right? That's pretty decent anti-aircraft fire for a single AK. And decent cargo capacity, too. Cargo capacity. 19,000 range. That can make a round trip to Australia and back without having to refuel. Alright, let's talk about the combat report here. Look at how dated this information is. The Kenya Maru is reported to have been sunk near Pegu on February 10th, 1942. That's like 10 months ago, and they're just now admitting to it. The Kunitu Maru is reported to have been sunk near Wake Island on December 22nd, 1941. The Japanese are just now admitting to the loss of this ship a year ago. That's crazy. All right, let's look at pilot report. Wilborn D is reported to have been escaped capture. Let's take a look at that. Wilborn D reported to have escaped capture. Let's see if he's any good. Wilborn D. Let's see. Pilot replacements, reserve. Let's go all. Sort by name. W. Wilborn D. Okay. So this guy is a fighter pilot with the U.S. Army with 2 kills, but very, very low experience. I'm surprised he actually got 2 kills with that low of experience. He must have been shooting at some like unescorted bombers or something. At one point, he was allegedly captured, but he escaped. So we're going to get him back. Now, the quality of the pilot isn't great, but the fact that he has 2 kills is. So, hey, it never hurts to have another pilot back with a little bit of street cred, right? All right, let's look at the sub-report. Now, I wanted to look at this. The I-175 is reported as hit twice. So, once you can kind of write that off as maybe bad reporting. Twice? Oh, there's a chance that he's actually damaged. So, when these guys get damaged, they're getting hit by 500-pound bombs by these PBYs. So, if this guy got hit once, he's hurt. If he got hit twice, it may actually be dangerously close to sinking. So, we'll keep our eye out for any reports of the I-175 going down. If we see that, it's a good chance that it's actually true. And let's take a look at where that's at. That's just south of Eniwetok, and that was hit by SBDs. Okay. I wanted to show you this. I thought this was really cool. AP 4th bank hits underwater rocks while attempting to unload at Tagula. This game never ceases to amaze me. Every time I think I've seen it all, I see something else. This game has even given us some random acts like ships hitting underwater rocks. Let's see what that actually means to the ship. So we go back to Tagula. Oh, let me close this. 4th bank at Tagula. 4th bank. Look at this. Wow. So apparently, I don't know that the 4th bank was actually hit. We'll double check that, but if he wasn't, this damage here is critical. I'm pretty sure this ship is going to sink next turn. Flotation damage like that is extreme. Underwater rocks. So the 4th bank. Let's confirm that it was not actually hit by the Japanese. Tagula. Error. Oh, it's error. Okay. Tagula. Okay, it wasn't hit now. Wasn't hit a second time. Wasn't it Russell? Yeah, look at that. So the 4th bank was not actually damaged during any air raid. Yet, it has that kind of severe damage right here. Just from hitting underwater rocks. That's crazy. This game is so cool. That it even models that kind of thing. That ship's going to sink. For sure. I think it will. With that kind of flotation damage, I don't think this ship has the captain or the experience to pull out of that. Still pretty cool, right? Okay, I think I've covered everything we need to talk about in combat reports, so we'll just start in China and go through it. So, I'm waiting for the Japanese to do something here, okay? They need to act on this. The damage to these units here is starting to taper off, and if you see this, a supply delivery has just been made. So I think that every day that Wirraway waits to do something here, he's actually hurting his chances of breaking through. So he needs to attack. He needs to start probing and looking around for weaknesses and not let these guys build up these forts. Every day that these guys build forts, they get stronger. So Wirraway needs to start pushing some buttons here and make something happen. More bombers on target. Start attacking. And we see the Allied or the Chinese troops are still working their way in, but as I mentioned in the previous turn here, this is just a feint to keep Wirraway off balance. He either needs to waste troops to guard this approach, or he needs to give up his supply lines. And either one is a bad choice for the Japanese and a good choice for the Allies. Okay, in Burma, the Allies had a very good day on the ground here southeast of Prome. They've been trying to break through here for a while, and at this point we can see that the Allies' assault value is not too badly damaged from that attack. Disruption's not looking horrible. I mean, it's not great, but there's a couple days of rest. These guys might be ready to go at it again. In the meantime, keep up the bombing attacks here. They appear to be working, and slowly but surely they can chip away at this. The only thing that I saw here that I thought was a little concerning was the amount of vehicles that are being lost or damaged, right? These Stuart tanks appear to be taking a lot of hits. Look at this 3rd Carabiniers Regiment. They have almost no serviceable vehicles anymore. They're all damaged or destroyed. This one's doing a little bit better. These guys are okay. These are doing okay too, but some of these units are just taking heavy losses. This one probably the worst of it. So I don't know what it is that's going on in these Japanese units here, but they do have they do seem to have some sort of anti-tank capability here that I'm not really tracking. But either way, keep up the attack and let's force something to happen on the ground here. Okay, so I am pretty confident that this is actually the Kido Butai, or a part of it, because nothing else really makes sense here. And that's still within range of these aircraft. The Kido Butai was about here last turn. That's 9 hexes away. I think this is where the Kido Butai is actually at. So if they're here, that's where they'll probably be tomorrow. And that's right on the edge of the spotting range that's currently set up with these aircraft here. So we may have one more day of spotting on the Kido Butai before it goes out of range in the Celebes Sea. And then from there, we can do some rough calculations, right? From this hex down to truck is 41 hexes, and that's more or less straight line. So what's 41 divided by 8? Is that 6, right? 5 to 6, right? So in about 6 days or 6 turns, give or take, the Kido Butai can be at truck. And from truck, they only have to go 18 hexes to Kusai, 25 to Naru. So from here, they can be in combat in as little as 1 to 2 days. If they full speed from truck, they can be here in 1 day and fully engaged. They can in 2 days they can beat a Naru. So by my estimates, we got 6 days. If assuming this is Kido Butai, they've got 7 days to get the truck, 1 day to refill a truck, and then 1 to 2 days to get in combat. So we're looking at about 9 to 10 days now before the Kido Butai could get fully engaged in combat here. And if you want to be conservative, let's say it's, but let's err on the side of caution, call it 9 days. 9 days for Kido Butai to be fully engaged in combat in the marshals. That's pretty dangerous. So what has to happen here? Okay, or they could head south towards Rossel Island, and from truck to Rossel or Tagula is 29 hexes. Normally, at normal speed, the Kido Butai moves at 8 hexes a day. So that would put them at 3 days away, or 2 if they full speed part of the way. So from truck to here, they could be 2 days from here, or 1 day here, or 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole area of operations is within the reach of Kido Butai within 9 days, 9 to 10 days. That's not a lot of time to get things done. So if Desert Wolf is trying to avoid combat with the Kido Butai, he's got 9 days to wrap up all these operations and get the heck out of town, pull his carriers out, pull his ships out before these guys over here can get in combat. So that's why I said, I think one of my video titles was "The Clock is Ticking." The clock is ticking. They're coming this way. There's too much at stake now. There's too many ships involved for Wirraway to sit back and go, oh, I guess I'll just let this happen. There's no way. I think he knows where the carriers are at. He does know where they're at. He knows they're split up. So he only has to go this way or this way to pick off multiple U.S. carriers, and he can do it. The KB is still too strong in 1942, especially because he hasn't lost much. All of his big boys are intact. All of his pilots are more or less intact. He's been saving them for this moment. It's dangerous. So the clock is ticking here. So let's take a look at what we've got to get done in 9 days. We have these guys, which are still going to Kusai. And I don't know, man. We have these guys coming in here and these guys coming in here, right? I don't know that that's enough troops to take this place, especially because it has not been softened up nearly as much as Nauru. And we saw how Nauru went, right? Nauru has a smaller garrison, has been subjected to longer bombing raids, and it's been shelled repeatedly now, and it still did not go well. So we're going to come into Kusai, which allegedly has more troops, is in less damage, and we have less troops to do it. Sorry, it has more troops. If I said it less, it has more troops. I don't know how this is going to go, guys. So within 1 to 2 days, we will see how the invasion of Kusai goes off. I think one thing that is helping us here is that this is not an atoll or a size 1 or 2 island, which means, unlike Nauru, which is an island size 2, no shock attack necessarily has to be executed here. You can unload. Now, you may have to deal with a counterattack by the Japanese attacking you while you're weak, but you're not forced to shock attack on the first unload, if I'm reading the situation correctly. So that's one good thing about the place. The bad thing is it's a bigger garrison that has less damage done to it. So this is what I see. We've got 3 carriers, 4 heavy cruisers, probably to bombard, and 1 infantry division with some supporting armor. Coming in from here, we've got a Marine Defense Battalion, which I don't really know what the point of them is. They're not going to do anything on their own. At Nauru, he's still not unloading. So I don't fully understand why. I think the reason that he's not is because he has less assault value, or he doesn't own the field yet. I think if he unloads more troops in the next day, it's going to cause another shock attack, and that shock attack will probably finish off both of these fragments here. So I don't know how you're supposed to play that at this point. I'm going to have to wait and see. I don't know enough about amphibious invasions and assaults for me to tell you how this should be done. So we're just going to have to wait and see and watch what Desert Wolf does with this, how he manages this situation so that he doesn't get these troops that are already on the island killed. Because I think he's concerned about unloading here and getting these guys killed. And if he gets these guys killed, we're talking a lot of lost points. Okay, there's a lot of troops here to be losing like that. So I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't know enough to tell you how this should be executed. So I'm going to sit back and watch this with you guys. Again, as I've been mentioning before, I could go all over the map and look at all the ancillary ships and things all over the place that are coming in. But the action is here and down over here, and I really want to focus on that for now. Once all this eventually does die down, and who knows when that's going to be, I'll start looking for stuff to talk about again. I'll start looking at the Aleutians. We'll look at Pearl. We'll look at Sopak. We'll look at the West Coast. We'll even maybe start looking over here in India just to kind of see what's going on. But I don't have time for that, and neither do you. Let's focus on the stuff that's most important. So I'm going to end this video now. I hope you enjoyed this. I hate to sound like I'm rooting for Wirraway, but he's the underdog here. So anytime he has a good turn, I kind of, I get excited for him. So don't mind me. I'm still a Desert Wolf fan. I'll catch you guys in the next one.